Hi guys, welcome back to another video on the Next Rank YouTube channel with Johnny and Jack. Today we're going to be looking at the grand final of FIFAe. We just previously, in our last video, looked at the semi-final between France and USA, touted already as one of the best series of all time. And the grand final, in terms of grand finals, because I like opening or grand finals tend to be more one-sided than their semi-finals gone before it. But this is a great grand final. We're on Vatira POV here against the former Falcons roster, the trio, the Twins and TRK. And the series is 2-2, with France winning the first two, and then Saudi winning the next two. Have you seen this one before? I know you mentioned that you hadn't seen the semi before we just watched it, but what about this one, Jack?
No, I haven't watched this either. So this is my first time watching this. I have no idea how Saudi Arabia were playing. Judging from the last series, France were playing extremely well. So yeah, but I mean, Saudi always going to be an incredible team, especially with this trio. I think we know kind of what to expect from them. So I imagine they're playing at a very high level as well. If they made the grand finals against great teams, then yeah, I'm sure they are as well. But were they at their usual level, Johnny? You obviously watched them much more than I did throughout the tournament, so you could probably tell me a little bit about it.
I think so, because, well, they had a semi-final against Brazil, and the TRK Rawas Clears combination, they just farmed Brazil. Yeah. So that was a pretty one-sided match, 4-1. But it was very clean from Saudi. They were just keeping Brazil in defense and never really looking like Brazil had any control, any danger on the counter. So going into the final, we'd seen good defense, we'd seen good composure and control out of Saudi, and I thought maybe they were the slight favorite, in fact, because if you look at if we think that full team synergy is a good thing, and they were the team who have in recent memory played together,
wow,
and they look like they're at their best, I think you have to give them the advantage. But this France team, 2/3 KC plus N, looking unbelievable as well. So it was definitely close coming in on paper.
Yeah, I think if you saw this position, I mean, I'm putting all my money on this being a goal every time, right?
Yeah.
And Vatira just... I think the point is, if France concedes here, it's never Vatira's fault. I mean, not that it's anyone else's fault as well, but they should... I think the point is that they should concede here, right? Once this touch happens, if Killers just shoots this, it should be a goal kind of thing. And Vatira just kind of plays the chance that he goes for this type of fake. And yeah, gives them the best chance of, I guess, saving it. I mean, it's insane that that's not a goal, but yeah, maybe it would have been a different story if that was. I think Killers would want it back, but Vatira just very stoic on the goal line and ends up getting the ball out for his team. Yeah, he's definitely, I can imagine, the kind of primary defender for this team as well. I think he usually is on most of his teams. Or at least he's kind of the best at it, even if he's not always back, he's probably still the best at it. But yeah, he's very impressive save there on the goal line.
Yeah, it's a lot of Saudi pressure here, but France already knew that they're going to have to go up against that. They're going to need to defend for extended periods of time against Saudi. And yeah, they got a goal in a moment where I didn't expect.
Yeah.
And even now, you don't expect. And there's so many Saudi players back, you think that somebody's going to get goal side of this. TRK is obviously being chased by Zen here. Yeah. But Clears is coming in as well, and he doesn't get a touch on it, so definitely a big mistake there. I don't think Vatira expected to get a free goal like that one.
Yeah, I think the touch from Juicy on the counter-attack, so is that just in as well? It is. Wow, okay. Hold that thought for a second, because yeah, Saudi...
They read this, I believe. I think they read the kickoff here, because it looked like they were grinning after.
Vatira.
So I think Vatira was grinning. I think that they predicted the kickoff that Saudi were going to go for, the close cheat with the point-blank range fake on the diagonal.
He definitely
does. Look at Vatira here. He hits the ball sideways enough to go past.
He delays his flip a lot, which means that he's definitely trying to hit this in this position. I'll tell you what, I don't think he predicted it. Oh, well, he did to a certain extent. He started to predict it, I think, here. Once he sees Rawas full boosting like this, he knows that a kickoff strat's coming, because it's very rare that at pro play, the kickoff of the regular guy hitting the ball and then this cheater going full speed into the cheat. It doesn't really happen at top pro level. That's more of a kickoff strat that happens at like bubble level.
It's a 2v2 ranked.
Yeah, or 2's ranked. But like bubble teams will do it a lot. And I actually think it's good, and I think it will come into the future because, yeah, stuff like this right now, when you see a player, boosting like this as the person that's following up, yeah, you know that chaos strat's coming, and that's what I think Vatira sees, and then he goes to the side. Yeah, it's a great
shoots it away from TRK.
It's really
as well,
good. Yeah,
so.
I do think
risky from Saudi.
Yeah, I do think that if you're going for that chaos strat, the guy going for the boost might as well turn back. But I know that Saudi ex-Falcons, they do enjoy turning forward a lot and playing just ultra aggressive. It's worked out very well for them. So, you know, it's not like they have done that previously and conceded a lot from it. They usually get possession and it ends up good for them. So 2-0 lead for France there. Yeah, but for the goal one, for the first goal of this game, I presume that's in. Yeah, good play from Ruas, I think there, right? He hits it to the backboard.
Yep.
And then I believe, TRK ends up getting the goal. But yeah, for the first goal of Saudi, definitely a big mistake that Ruas, you know, doesn't get this touch that he's trying to get on the backboard.
Killers as well didn't get a touch.
And then
for
Killers definitely just
recovery.
thought that France's player was going to be there sooner, so he's trying to block the ball rather than hit it. And yeah, it doesn't end up good. Wow, what a touch by Juicy. That's almost insane. It almost goes in on the follow-up as well. Juicy getting a lot of kind of those touches where you're in the opponent's half and just redirecting them forward. It's making them extremely awkward here.
Yeah, no, the other big point of this tournament, just on a more global, so like looking at the whole tournament as a whole scale, is
nice bump.
Saudi won their group. The reason they're on the other side of the bracket is because they won their group. They beat USA in the group stage, and then they managed to lose less games to everybody else, or maybe they lost the same amount of games. But yeah, USA had a lead in the group multiple times. They just couldn't close it out. And if they had, a great save by Vatira, just pre-jumping top corner as you do. If USA had won the group, they would be on the other side of the bracket, and they would have been the team going through Belgium, Brazil, and I think I'd fancy the USA in both of those. And then Saudi would have been in the semi-final against France, just like they were in Lyon, just like they were in Esports World Cup. So I'm kind of glad we didn't get a repeat of those two tournaments. Just it's the same matchup for the big French team against the big Saudi team in the semi. This time we did get it in the grand final, which is a rematch of last year's FIFA. But yeah, USA are probably wishing like, if we just won that group stage, then this would have been so much easier. Instead of having to go through France in the semis, would have had to just face them in the final, or maybe even face Saudi in the final, which is always a good matchup for them.
Oh, absolutely. I think the US, would be looking back at this great beat there, both. So looking at this kind of matchup, because they do enjoy that old matchup against Falcons, right? They
in the final, yes, they've got the Twins have lost 3 times to Daniel and Beast Mode in finals. Gamers 8 the second time, and then the London Major, and then the World Championship just passed. But outside of finals, it goes the other way, and that doesn't bounce up, believe it or not.
I just didn't know that this was 0 seconds. I thought we still had like a minute to play here, and I've just been very impressed. Sorry to like kind of finish your thought there, but I've just been very impressed by Vatira's midfield challenges, and I count this as a midfield challenge, even though it's in the other half. But like breaking out and just getting that extra block, he's not getting faked. In this last minute of gameplay, it happened quite a few times where he's challenging a ball, and he's trying not to get faked, like here, and he does it very well. He doesn't get outplayed very easily. He doesn't leave his teammates on an island. Gets demos on the way back. He's not done a lot in terms of like creating a ton of chances, but he's just played the clock and played the defensive positions really well. And I think that's what he always does, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think he had a great tournament. He's just now, well, obviously spoilers for the rest of this video, but he's just won 4 LANs in this year, 4 international LANs out of the 6 international LANs that have happened. Atto won 3 of them alongside Vatira. Then this one he plays with Team France and wins that as well. Crazy year with the NRG squad and Falcon squads both winning 1 each. They both had great years. They're the, I think, clear top 3 teams in the RLCS and other tournaments. But Vatira has just had an unbelievable calendar year. Very few years in Rocket League history have looked like this with this much winning. Yeah,
I mean, this last minute is actually really nice. I mean, it looks so simple, but he is. We will move on to the next game in a few seconds, but this last minute. I mean, it happened for about 20 seconds before the point where we're at right now. The last minute, he does not lose I say lose, like quote unquote lose, like he does not lose a 50-50. Like that's a great block. Yes, they still end up having possession, but it gives his teammates more time to get in a great position. It gives himself time to get boost, gets demoed after, but it still stops the play for a few seconds in its track. And then we'll respawn. We'll go on to the next play. This play, he doesn't lose this challenge. He actually clean beats, which again, doesn't get possession, but these are all small wins for the time and the chance where it is. This one, he'll technically lose this 50, but again, I would say it's a win for France to not concede there and to get the ball into a safer position. Saudis still have possession, but he's not panicking. He doesn't go back to the goal line. He has 2 teammates already covering the goal line. He covers the most dangerous option, which is the mid pass. Doesn't come across, and that means it's safe. Every single, and here he knows this ball will be over them because of the way that it's going, and he gets a block at the end. Like the last
brick wall.
40 to 50 seconds of gameplay. If you're wanting to watch a great section of understanding how to 50 the ball, challenge the ball, defend the ball. Yeah, definitely that kind of passage of play there was really nice. We're actually going to go to Zen point of view, Johnny, because I do believe he had, at least in terms of score, the best last game. But we'll have a look at this last game. 3-2 to France. If they win one more game, of course, they are world champions of FIFA. Yeah, it would be world champions because it is a nation tournament. Revenge for last year. Very important game here.
Yeah, and depending on who you ask, if you ask fans,
can we this replay? Rockley, fix your game, man.
It's not going to zoom out for a bit.
This was never a thing. it was a thing.
It's new,
in terms of the camera settings going close at the start of replays, but it was never a thing where it happens after goals. Right now, it's happening after goals. It's happening when you pause the replay and start again. What is going on?
There we go. Now snap back to reality. But I was just going to mention that. Depending who you ask and when, the FIFA E tournament, it gets, I think, downplayed by some fans, creators, casters, or players, because they say, as I'm sure is true, they'll say that the RLCS is the biggest thing, World Championship is all that matters. But if you saw the emotions on display after the France semi-final win against the USA, and the emotions from both teams after this game was completed, you can clearly see that this is up there in terms of emotional investment, and the level of play you can see is clearly up there in terms of preparation with RLCS lands. I don't think it's as important as RLCS lands, but it's definitely a really big deal. And France, they wanted this one badly. They want to get a win. They don't want to lose to Saudi twice. This is a big rivalry now, becoming an even bigger rivalry. France versus Saudi. The fans are getting a bit toxic, booing in interviews, which is I think a bit too much. I just want to hear what the interviewee's saying. But definitely very entertaining, very exciting rivalry that these two nations have got. Yeah,
missed touch from Zen here, but recovers it with a backwards wave dash to get behind the ball again. And he actually would have been able to follow that up and potentially beat, or at least get a very neutral 50 there. He does get bumped by Juicy because he thinks that it's his ball now, which is fair. But very impressive there. Even on the mistakes, still recovering and getting good plays out of him. Yeah, insane pinch there. But no, I agree with you. Definitely I would say, best country rivalry in the game. What a shot, though, by Vatira, by the way. I know we're on Zen point of view, but let's just watch this really quickly. A couple
TRK beat this big time. He lost control there. He's supposed to have an air dribble, but he just got in front of the ball, so big mistake. Just like last game, mistakes from Saudi Arabia after we get to game 5, 6, 7. It was dead even, 2-2, really close series, but then it was France who locked in and stopped. They were just not giving Saudi Arabia anything, and Saudi Arabia did make mistakes in defense, but not the type that we're used to seeing from them, where they're just double committing or overextending. They were just straight missing the ball, so they were really nervous, obviously, in this context, in this grand final.
Yeah, I mean, being in front of their crowd, I can imagine it actually makes it. Well, it goes both ways. It can make it easier to play when you're playing very well and things are going good. You kind of just snowball onto the into that kind of that feeling. But if things are going bad, I can imagine it's very easily the opposite way.
Jack? Is it just bad? Because we've seen now 2 world finals in Dallas go against the American team. We've seen the French go against Saudi.
My true thoughts is that having a really supportive crowd for you is bad. Yeah, that's. But
Yeah,
I didn't want
in
to just
Rocket
say it. I don't want to just say it.
So it seems like it because Saudi have lost now in twice in this calendar year. They lost Esports World Cup to Carmine Corp. They lost FIFA E to France. They did win FIFA E last year, but that was really close as well. So it wasn't like they won 4-1, but France had 2 overtimes in game 2 and 3 that they could have had 2-1 or even 3-0 lead in the series there, which would have been a heartbreaker for this Saudi trio.
I don't know.
Yeah, France lost in France, USA losing in the US. Saudi have got a losing record in grand finals in the just tournaments in general on their home turf. Everybody's got an L record on their home turf.
Yeah,
they win in the wrong region.
I didn't say it publicly because I don't really like trying to predict how teams will do, especially in tournaments where I'm going to be playing. But I think I might have said it to you, and I especially said it to like my team before the last year's World Championship. That the French teams I think have a really high chance of not doing well at this tournament because having that
pressure,
having that it's hard for sure, and everyone finds it hard. I mean, that's why I think Saudi winning last year is genuinely very impressive.
So impressive, yeah.
Especially that, by the way, that's even more so. Rule 1 break there. Yeah, very good decision by Zen.
I think so, yeah. Good choice.
0
that position
point.
to get one
Yeah.
in the opponent's corner is like, that would be a good position to have, just a player of the opponent's team permanently. You just want to keep them there so they didn't want to be there.
Oh, wow.
Nearly.
Wow, that's just straight in. That's insane.
Yeah, there you go. So you did get your goal 1 touch later, and Saudi, they're making this close. They're creating opportunities. They're almost back in this one.
Zan's going to be tilted at this one. I mean, it's not going to matter in the end. Spoilers, but yeah, he's going to be tilted at this one because he just thought that I don't even know what he thought. I think he thought that someone was going to be there a little sooner. He jumps a little early. He probably thought he could get a bit more power on his touch around that guy. But yeah, they do get a goal 2-1. France go for the double corner kickoff strat, Johnny. And they actually do turn forward, or at least Zen does. 50 goes back, but pretty comfortable. I think France are they are being quite passive towards the end of this game, but you can kind of understand that with the situation. I do think they're playing maybe a little different to what they usually do in a in a regular 2 minutes 30 left, for example. But with 10 seconds on the clock, they're just trying to defend. They're just trying to get the ball down.
This is good. The air double bump pass was defended with a double commit from France, so they know that the air double bump pass is going to come here. So you've got to send 2 in defense as well. First guy is going to get bumped. So they have a follow-up ready.
Yeah.
Right here. So yeah, you just assume Juicy's getting bumped, and it nearly goes really well for Saudi because it was a pull, it was a double bump.
Yeah.
Like Juicy fell on top of Atira, but they're playing so well in defense at the end of this one, frustrating Saudi, who are just desperately trying to keep the ball in the air, can't do it anymore, and that is game. France win. So Saudi win the first FIFA E, and France win the second one. Same matchup both times. And will it be the last time we see the twins in TRK play? I'm really glad that they gave them the chance to defend their title. They went all the way to the final and played some really exciting Rocket League along the way. Could TRK have just shot this? It's really difficult to.
It's
ignore what's happening for you. You get 3 cars in front of the ball, and you've got to hit the ball straight through all of them.
I think it's hard. I mean, yes, he could have, but doesn't mean that it's a crazy mistake. It's just
not at all. From his POV, this is just absolute chaos. So he's thinking, he probably just thought.
To be fair, he probably could have done a little bit better. I think if you asked him, he would probably want this play again.
He'd want to just slam that on target.
I do think that to be fair, looking back, you kind of just have to go for the shot. It's probably a pretty big mistake, but it doesn't really matter. The fact that in my opinion, the fact that this happened, where Vatira here gets bumped, I'm happy that this. I don't care who I didn't care who wins this, right? I have no I have nothing against all 4 either team or nation in this situation. I don't really mind who wins. But the fact that this didn't go in is probably the better outcome, because if this was the goal to get bumped back into your teammate, I would have been so tilted. It would have been insane. But yeah, Vatira right at the end here just plays the ball. Zen on the backboard, and Rust tries to get a touch. Killers keeps it up. Juicy, just a great 50 forward. And yeah, that is it. But very, very well played by France. Is this the last time we see the twins and TRK play together, you asked?
Do you think? I hope it's not. I hope we see them again in the future, because they're so exciting to watch. And I feel like their brand of Rocket League brings entertaining series. Just the amount of series this year against Vitality Esports World Cup, KC at Esports World Cup against KC, and Worlds against France right here. There was more as well like that. I'm not thinking of immediately. They play they just play such an entertaining style that I hope we get to see more from them in the future. But who knows? Maybe with Drally, the twins can bring that, or maybe TRK can do it with Twisted.
If I had to guess, I believe that would be the last time we see the twins play with TRK, and not because like of anything between the players or like a certain, their level is still clearly top 3 in the world, top 1, top 2 kind of thing. Like their level's still right there, but just now with how the teams are looking, I mean, TRK and Nubo are a duo now, and Ruas and Killers are a duo, and that makes it.
Yeah. It's going to be one of the duos +1 next time.
I mean, I guess it's like a 50% chance to happen. No, not 50. Probably like a 25. Because
I think Naupo deserves a shot. Like, now that he's sat on the bench 2 years, which is fair, but I think he deserves a shot next year's FIFAe. I think you got to go with whoever he wants to play with, which will be probably TRK, and I would assume Ruas playstyle-wise, because they would want to have Ruas in the
It would be TRK Ruas. Do you have to, though?
What do you mean, do you have to?
You don't have to do that. You've got the team right here who basically...
Well, you don't have to. Yeah, they've gone final twice, but I think he deserves it. I think, when it comes to national tournaments, there's an element of like, earning this spot, and
but who doesn't deserve it?
He deserves. Well, no, it's not that the others don't deserve it, but they've had 2 shots at it. It's like, did Monkey Moon deserve to be benched? Is he like just straight worse than Juicy? Like coming into this season,
Monkey Moon didn't deserve to play for France team this year. That's 100% true.
But Juicy, when they probably made the choice to get him, he was obviously signed with KC, but they hadn't won the kickoff line yet, and Monkey Moon was looking really good in MENA. I'm just saying, I think...
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think, if they ran back the England squad from last year, I would have felt bad for you, because I think you've done enough in the past 2 seasons to deserve a go at a jersey.
No, that's 100% true. I deserve to play because my results last season were... were like better than... my like opposition.
Your competition.
Yeah. So, but I guess Juicy's weren't better than Monkeys, but like, no, I mean that's a good point.
He didn't have the results, but they still picked him because Monkeys had a go though, and they lost. And they now they've got to make a change. They want to win, but I think if you're being serious, you have to go. I mean, it depends. If the twins keep dominating, I guess they could just choose whoever they want. Maybe they just go TRK again for the vibes. Maybe they go Naupo again. Try something different. They have been teammates in the past briefly.
They have.
If TRK and Naupo keep winning, and that's the dominant team in MENA, I think they just get to pick like whoever they want. Which one of the twins do they want to play with?
I actually don't know. Now that we're talking about this, I actually think it's pretty likely that we see this trios play together again.
You've changed your mind just like that?
I have. Yeah, I mean, I'm allowed to change my mind after thinking and talking. I think that's a...
You are, yeah.
They
were just so confident. You're like, I think this is the last time we see them. Actually, no, I think we definitely see them again.
Because now that I think about it, like... I don't know, actually. No, I mean, I think it just depends on MENA's results. If Twisted Minds are the best team, then we'll see TRK, Nupo. But if Falcons are the better team, I believe they'll just go with TRK, Ruas, Killers.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
Who do you think will be the best team then? Who do you have? Just as a final thought here, who's going to be the top team in MENA for 2026?
I think Twisted Minds will be.
Really? Okay. I think it should be Falcons if they.
Nupo,
I think it should be them.
The way Nubo's playing on this new team, I think is very impressive. And TRK is always good.
It is, yeah.
TRK is always great, even and Monkey Moon, Monkey Moon is Monkey Moon. Like he can and has been playing extremely well. I think last season's roster was very obviously even from the start. I mean, we spoke about. I don't know if we spoke about it on video, Johnny, but there was such a difference between the way they were playing on the BDS World Champion team in 2024 and the Vitality team last year. It was 2/3 of the same team, but the way those teams were playing were completely different in terms of positioning and like how close they were to each other and stuff like that on the pitch. And yeah, that just wasn't the right fit. And on this team, he looks extremely good. And I think
Monkey Moon does.
Yeah, Monkey Moon. And I think Nubo is playing for me, from judging by watching, he's playing such a different play style, at least in scrims, to what he usually plays.
Ah,
like,
interesting. Okay.
He's playing, yeah, and I like that, and I think that they will continue, yeah, winning against Falcons.
Okay. Don't mind it. Don't mind it.
That's my prediction. But then I guess that would be, yeah, TRK, Nubo, and then Ruas would be the next team.
Yeah, I think it would probably be Ruas for the playstyle, because if you're
100%.
if you're thinking about how Clears would fit into that roster, it would just be more of what they already have.
TRK also
Ruas, he brings something a bit different. He's something they don't have.
TRK also like thinks Ruas is like, I mean, he also thinks Killers is amazing as well. But I know I'm pretty sure he thinks like Ruas.
It's very like offense, defense. They are specialists, and well, they're obviously both good at every aspect of the game. But Ruas is the third man. He's the goalkeeper, the defensive god. Kaliers is the wrecking ball, who's just going to break goal per game records and put the ball in the net. But they don't need that as much if you've already got
Nupo and TRK.
Nupo.
Yeah, exactly. But we will have to see, guys. I hope you enjoyed our. That was just a conversation that we were having at the end of that
Big
point.
tangent. Yeah,
that's just what we talk about off video.
So long, but yeah.
Hope you've enjoyed my KBM free play as well. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Better than mine.
I'm not sure about that, but guys, if you have enjoyed this video, then let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think the next Saudi team will be, since we've been talking about it for 5 minutes at this point. Let us know of other videos that you'd like to see. Check out our other videos on the channel. Of course, check out the course at thenextrank.com, and we will see you guys in the next video. Take care.